Okay, so I'm going to try something a little newer here. Um, I wanted to kind of find a way for this class to kind of collaborate a little bit more and talk more about their designs, because actually talking about your designs with each other can really help you to improve your design. And so I haven't really been noticing a whole lot of, people talking with each other and getting advice from each other about how things look. And I actually haven't had a whole lot of students approaching me on like, hey, what do you think I could do with this to make this look better? Or do you think that this looks all right? So I kind of want to kind of open that up a little bit more so that we can get used to talking about our work and different, being able to handle critique and that kind of thing. And I know you guys aren't done with your posters yet, and that's okay. You can post your poster. You can bring it into Brightspace in this discussions area, which is what I was thinking. We go into discussions. So here it is, InDesign poster banner project. This is the topic. It's unlocked. It'll lock up on Thursday, September 26th. So we'll have to make your, you'll have to do this before then, but I think you would go into view topic and you would actually start a new thread here. But basically, I'll read you through what my idea for this is. I want you to upload your a JPEG of your poster into this discussion topic. And I know you're not done with them, but I just want them to be put in as they are. It's kind of like your first draft or second draft, whatever. It's not your final draft. Make sure you export out of InDesign, make a JPEG, and bring down the resolution to around 100 dpi when you export it. I can show you how to do that in this video later. And then once you make the poster your JPEG, please comment on at least 2 other students' work. If you're the first student, just wait until others have posted and come back into the discussion to comment on two other posts. If you happen to be the last student, I can comment on your post. And you can choose to use this feedback. You don't have to. It's just mostly about your design. Some of it might be content related if you want it to be like, oh, maybe you should put a phone number in there for contact, or, oh, you forgot to use a logo. And as far as the logos go, I will be uploading a high resolution logo into Brightspace. And hopefully comments, I want them to be helpful. I don't want them to be, just, oh, this sucks, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. Think about things of what could be improved, what techniques or images could be used to help the design, or what colors or text might look better. Be constructive. Try to give it specific examples of how someone might improve their design. Like, oh, this might look neat with a texture overlay at the top, and you could like turn down the opacity. I mean, those are just some examples of like, or you could just simply say, I really like this and this about your design, but maybe this one thing might help a little bit, or you spelled this wrong. Something like that. It's kind of open to your guys' interpretation. And it's kind of an experiment. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can start doing this with all of our projects, and it's something that I'll probably implement a little earlier on in the process instead of like the last week that we're actually working on stuff. But if you guys choose to use the feedback, you can make your design stronger by using feedback from others. And so as a designer, you'll need to get comfortable taking feedback from others and adjusting your design based on that feedback. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this too, is because you're going to be constantly having people look at your work and telling you to change this and change that and keep this and get rid of that. And so it's just a good exercise for you. So I think you would do like start a new thread, and then you can add your image in by insert image here. It looks like a little camera. I think you could put your like Mary's poster or something like that. Add your poster in, and then once you have that in there, you should be able to go and reply to 2 other people's thread. And so I'll show you. Here is, I think we ended up going with this one. So here's this poster. So if we do a file export, I'll just put it on my desktop, make it a JPEG, Rock Lotto poster 11 by 17. Save that. I already did it earlier, but and then the range, I guess this is page 2. If you have just one page in yours, then you don't have to worry about the range. And then I just made I'll make the resolution 100, and I'll make the color mode RGB because it's going to go on the web. And then you just push export, And that should be a small enough file size to work in here. So we would go to the desktop, try and find that, choose, and add. I guess, oh, that's still kind of big. Well, you can always grab it and bring it down in size as well. That might be kind of a bad idea though. Maybe try 72 dpi when you export it. File, export, save. I'll just have to replace that file, range 2. I'll make it 72. Export. Now let's try that. That'll be a little bit smaller. I'll have to change the directions in there. Choose, add. Just add in some alternate text of what it is. Push OK. That seems to be a little bit more manageable of a size. Post. So you'll be able to view each other's design in theory, and you'll be able to comment on other people's once they get it in here. So that's just kind of a demo on how that might work. I'll put this in the content area and I'll make an announcements too so that you guys can see that this is something that we're doing this week. Anyways, hopefully this goes well. Hopefully you guys get something out of this, and hopefully other people's work inspires you to do better on your design too, because it helps to look at other people's work and say, man, they really did such a good job. I'm going to try harder on my design too. So that's kind of my hope with this. We'll see how it goes. All right, see you soon. Okay.